How are you doing? Welcome to Facts and Two Cents. This is Petal. As you know, we're a channel that supports the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry, Meghan, Archie, Baby, Lily, Mama, Doria, Poola Guy, the chickens, all of us here at Sussex Squad. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I wanted to do a live today, but my schedule is crazy. So I am doing a late night recording of the live that I was supposed to do. So I apologize because I know yesterday I said I would be doing a live today, which is what I thought I was going to do. But time ran away from me. So here we are. But anyways, welcome. Hope your Monday was fantastic. Hope you are all doing well. Our favors are doing whatever it is they're doing in California under a tree. So very excited. We'll catch up with them in a second. But before we move on, I just want to say to all our wonderful squaddies in Ghana, happy Independence Day today. I hope you guys had a great time celebrating. But all our Ghanaian friends, including Pamela, so hope you all had a great day celebrating. So happy independence, all Ghanaian squaddies. Again, have fun celebrating. I'm assuming Ghana is like, I'm assuming it's like, I think probably like 5 or 6 hours ahead of us. So it's probably, March 7th already in Ghana, but it's still March 6th for me. So I'm celebrating for you. So, but I just wanted to say shout out to all our Ghanaian squaddies. Happy independence. And, I long for that to be, what all of our other brothers and sisters who are trying to become republics could finally say, really and truly, they are independent. So, yes. Yeah. And moving on from our awesome Ghanaian friends, another anniversary. Today is the 3rd anniversary of this photo. I didn't realize that until one of our wonderful squaddies on Twitter posted that it was the anniversary. So I thought we'd celebrate this wonderful, wonderful photo from 2020 when Harry and Meghan went back for their final engagements in the UK, and Meghan had all these wonderful colored outfits. She had the red, she had the green one, the final day, she had this blue one. It's just like fantastic. And then obviously this photo which is just iconic. The photographer was like, when he took this photo with all the backlight in the back and the rain falling and the and the light just sort of glistening off the rain. I mean, it's just like one of those photos that is just once in a lifetime photos you see, like the and the poster from one of those romantic comedies or something. It's just iconic. So congratulations, happy 3rd birthday to this beautiful, beautiful photo and the photographer who took it. And I don't remember his name is, but he actually tried to take one with William and Kate in the rain when they were on that shameless offensive tour in the Caribbean. But it's not quite this level. This level it's unmatched. So it's just, there's so many things about this picture that I just like, I can't believe as a photographer, like, this is the jewel in your crown. And so I think his name is Samir. I think that's his name. Who took this photo. So I could be wrong, but I think its name is Samir. But anyways, fantastic. Happy 3rd anniversary. Wow, it's been 3 years already that Harry and Meghan were, finished up their last engagements at with the royal household. So yeah. Anyways, moving on from their happy anniversary. Well, I saw this and I was just like, well, this is interesting. Boardroom did, I guess, a poll of, or at least they Googled, they looked at Google, and 2022 most Googled Black woman. And we have Zendaya. number one, which means Zendaya is amazing, and a lot of it is her fashion. She has like this girl could be wearing a paper bag and she looks amazing. It's uncanny how just everything she puts on fits her, and she's just so fantastic. And of course, she won an Emmy. I think she's won two now, Emmys for Euphoria. I haven't seen it yet. Um, and of course, our girl Serena is number two, and Meghan is number three most Googled person, ahead of Beyonce and Michelle Obama. Who would have thought it? So there you go, most Googled Black woman. And it'd be interesting to see, the most Googled woman. I'm sure Meghan would be right up there as well, obviously, in Zendaya and Serena. But it's just interesting. I was like, oh, okay. And of course, Michelle Obama has been promoting her book, and her poor book has been stuck behind Spare. So she must be like, oh, why did I have to release my book when Spare comes out? It is stuck behind Spare. Now it's, I think, further back now. But, she is there as well. So awesome Black women. I just think it's fantastic. What else is happening? Oh, tomorrow, March 7th and Wednesday, March 8th, Uplift, Better Up doing their seminar online and in person. The in-person is completely sold out. It's been sold out forever. And so obviously the online version. So don't forget, a lot of us already signed up. Like I signed up the moment I saw it. And so that's starting tomorrow. So Uplift brings together a diverse coalition of leaders, thinkers, doers, inspiring conversation. Watch this virtual summit from anywhere to get insight and learning on behaviors that build thriving organizations. And again, it's tomorrow, and Issa Rae is going to be speaking, and of course Alex Robisha and Prince Harry. They are speakers. Again, it's a 2-day event, and so Prince Harry will not be a part of it tomorrow. He will, however, be a part of it on Wednesday. So on Wednesday at 5 p.m., I guess that they will be closing out the seminar. Alex will have a conversation with Prince Harry. They did the same thing the last time. And they had a conversation with Serena, and I love how they do this. And so on Wednesday at 5 p.m. we have that conversation with Alex Robisher, who is the co-founder of Better Up, and his CIO, Prince Harry. So very, very exciting. I'm going to be in and out for the 2 days. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, and these are some of the things that they're going to be really drilling home: human transformation, peak performance, manager readiness, coaching culture. And so those are some of the areas that they are going to be focusing on March 8th. So looking forward to that conversation with Alex and Harry's day job. Very exciting. And talk about doing stuff. Our girl's book, it's funny, it's being translated into Turkish. And so it's called, in Turkey, it's called Bank instead of Bench. It's so one of our squaddies posted it today. I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. It says the first illustrated children's book written by the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, inspired by the relationship of her husband and child, met with the readers under the label of Bank Altin Books. So Bank in Turkish, I guess. Going down on our left, it says, in Bank, or the bench, Meghan Markle warmly describes the fine details of a father-son relationship that has grown and prospered over time. the translation of the book is handled by Göçke. I don't know how you say that in Yavas. How you say that in Turkish. While Caldecott, award-winning illustrator Christian Robinson colors the pages by reflecting the beauty, joy, and compassion of fatherly love through the eyes of the mother. And so it's really cool. They're going to be translating it into Turkish. And I can only imagine Meghan really pushing for this because, as we know, Turkey has just gone through or just went through a devastating earthquake where they're still trying to recover from. And, maybe they're to really comfort kids and really be able to have that available so that they can read and get comforted by it. So who knows? I mean, I'm just in my head, I'm like, maybe Meghan push for this so that way, it could be a comfort to the babies as they read bench. So who knows what it is, but it's going to be translated into Turkish. So there. Also, NWCP and Archwell, as we remember, created the Digital Civil Rights Awards, and a couple weeks ago, at the NWCP Image Award, Archwell crowned a new winner. As we know, the first year they did it was Dr. Safia Noble, and then now they crowned a new winner. And it says on Friday, the NWCP and Archwell Foundation announced the 2023 recipient, the NWCP Archwell Digital Rights Award. The annual award, launched in 2022, celebrates a new generation of leaders who creating transformational change at the intersection of social justice and technology, working to advance civil and human rights. And very interesting, the woman who won this, says this year's recipient, Nabiha Sayed, CEO of The Markup, a company driving award-winning investigative coverage of how powerful institutions use technology to reshape society. The Markup data-driven report has analyzed the hidden racial bias in mortgage approval algorithms and student risk algorithms, revealed how telecom companies offer low-income and more diverse neighbors slower internet speeds for the same price as other neighborhoods, and how Meta and Facebook, parent company, collects financial information through tax filing websites and health information from hospital systems. And so this is again, this was a couple of weeks ago, this happened, and very interesting thing that's really stuck out for me was the internet slow speed. And so I went back today and was looking up the Markup, and just to get some more info on this story about internet companies giving higher speed in one neighborhood and lower speed in the next neighborhood. And so this is a little bit about what that is about. It's so interesting and infuriating and all of those things all at the same time. And I'm just going to move my banner. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe so that you know when we drop a video. So I'll talk about the rest at the end. But this is a little bit of what, and I hope it inspires all of us to be able to call in and voice our complaints as to what is happening and the unfairness in the digital world. And so this is an article from the Markup. It says dollars to megabits. You may be paying 400 times as much as your neighbor for internet service. An investigation that Markup found that AT&T, Verizon, Earthlink, and CenturyLink disproportionately offered low-income and least white neighborhoods slow internet service for the same price as speedy connections they offered other parts of town. And the other parts of town is the white rich people. Residents in neighborhoods offered the worst deals aren't just being ripped off. They're denied the ability to participate in remote learning, well-paying remote jobs, and even family connections and recreation's ubiquitous elements of modern life. It isn't just about provisions of a better service, it's about access to tools people need to fully participate in our democratic system, said Chad Lowe, Senior Policy Counsel at the ACLU. This is a far bigger deal, and that's what really worries me about basically about this. And if you can look at, if you see in the middle, kind of like a snapshot of what it looks like. And it says, depending on where you live, the internet AT&T offers you may be faster or slower. And if you look at the house on the left, the gray house on the left, they have 300 megabits per second of internet. The house on the right, the red house, has only 5 megabits a second. 2,000 households, often different 200, these two households with different speeds are only separated by a few blocks in Kansas City, but their surrounding areas are worlds apart. And further on the right, it shows you how not very far they are not very far apart, but their worlds are very different. It says these two households were within these two households with different speeds are only separated by a few blocks in Kansas City, Missouri, but their surrounding areas are world apart. And as you can sort of see where the streets are and where the houses are, the gray one is the rich people part, and the red one is where the poor people live. And it says also, it goes on to say the household with the slower service is the lower income area with fewer white residents. And we can see, and it not only with the fewer white residents, as you look at their income, the gray house with the speedy internet, their income is like 63,214 a year. That community is 70% white residents. The one on the red, the income is 23,826, average 20, and their resident is only 1% white. And it goes on to say the slower service does not come with better price. Both households are asked to pay exactly the same thing. AT&T is one of the 4 internet providers that markup found in 38 cities across America, offering slower speeds for the same price as the faster speed. And this is so sickening, especially when you look into the center and you see, it sort of gives you a graphic of what that 300 megabits per second would look like, and then the 5 megabits per second. And the sickening part of it is they just literally don't make the speed internet available in poor Black communities. It's seeing them, the rich community, get all that high-speed internet. Poor communities, poor Black communities, especially Black and brown people, get very slow internet service, but yet paying the exact same price as the people with the faster service. It is so sickening. And they found that in redline, redlining is illegal, but those districts that were redlined, this is the issue. And as this, the little blurb from the article is saying, they're not just ripping people off in the terms of giving you slower speed for that high price that they, and not lowering it, and you're paying the same as rich people for worse services. Like, it denies your ability to participate in remote learning. You think of kids, especially through COVID, and other things, where they have to get online. And so many kids, and you hear this a lot, where there's internet goes down, but the thing is, their community that they are, a lot of times is low income. If it's low income, they don't have the internet service that can facilitate Zoom or whatever. There's a story in here where this woman trying to, I think she wanted to work online, whatever, and she couldn't because the service keep going out. It's so low, she hasn't been able to use Zoom, nothing. And these companies are basically treat, the way these companies are treating lower income, it's criminal. It's absolutely criminal. And so I'm glad that they're exposing it. I know they've approached AT&T and Earthlink and stuff, and they're like, who, me? No, not me. We're not racist. We are not deliberately trying to hurt the Black community. Well, we have these programs that could benefit them. And then when you look, it's so cumbersome not to apply for those things. Nobody does it. And so, but they can't, when pressed, they haven't been able to, come up with a plausible excuse as to why it is in 38 cities they are offering lower speed internet, worse internet to the lower income people, and high internet for the rich white people, but then charge them both the same. So it is just a really, really interesting article. The link will be in the show notes. And so because they did that article, now reporters and stuff from people from different communities were asking, well, how can we get the same data to be able to do this kind of thing in our community, whatever. So it's they said, last year we found internet providers gave the worst details the worst deals. Internet providers gave the worst deals to lower income, least white areas. We analyzed more than 1 million internet offers and therefore needed 1 million random addresses to do so. And so with big local news, they were able to do that because a lot of people were, and this article goes on to say that, in October 22, when they published the investigation into the internet disparities in 38 cities, afterwards, many readers, including fellow journalists, reached out to ask how they could replicate the investigation for other cities. We want to make that possible, but we knew it was going to be an early challenge, and we had with sourcing, cleaning, and wrangling street addresses to pose an issue. So we got working and find a way to help people get easy access to randomized address data, or as we like to say, receipt from the streets. And so because they did that whole data thing, different reporters and stuff are trying to find out how they're able to replicate that. So they are creating a system where the reporters are able to do the same thing. So kudos to them. And again, kudos to Harry and Meghan for honoring them and honoring Sabiha with the NWCP Archwell Digital Civil Rights Awards. So it is just, it's amazing that, to read this and to see, like, I didn't know about these people before Harry and Meghan, introduced them to the world, basically, and to see the incredible work that they're doing to uncover this. It is despicable to see what these companies are doing. It's unbelievable, unreal. So I am really happy that the markup is exposing them. And moving on, so I saw this article today that, Tyler Perry is in talks to purchase the controlling stake in BET, Black Entertainment Television. So Tyler, according to Variety, Tyler Perry is in talks to purchase a majority stake in BET Media Group, and amid report that parent company Paramount is exploring sale of assets. So Tyler is thinking of buying BET. And so, it also says in the article, Tyler Perry is in talks to purchase the majority stake of BET Media Group amid report that the parent company, which it literally just says, is exploring sales of assets. Variety has confirmed. Tyler currently owns a minority stake in the operation run by CEO Scott Mills, which includes BET and VH1. I never knew VH1 was under this umbrella. I didn't know that. And also produced a large portion of the programming available on BET, the streamer BET Plus, which he helped launch in 2019. Also among BET divisions is the production company BET Studios, which count Kenya Harris, Rashida Jones, and Aaron Rasan Thompson as minority stakeholders. So I love this. I absolutely love this since his work is already making up most of the programming. Might as well own it. But as I saw this, I was like, oh, this would be something for our wonderful fave royals if they wanted to own a media outlet. They could transform that thing into so many wonderful things, including having news and all. I'm sure they have entertainment news and stuff. I haven't watched BET in years, so I don't really know what's on there, but I could totally see some royals namely Harry and Meghan, joining Tyler Perry and purchasing this. I don't know if that's possible or not, but when I saw it, I was like, oh, wait, Harry and Meghan being owners and partner of this with Tyler, I could see that. I could totally see that, and I would actually love that. So who knows? Maybe that's my fantasy and my fantasy alone. But I would really love to see that. I think it would be great. So again, my fantasy. And this is very interesting. Media Guy, this account on Twitter, posted this, and I was trying to figure out where he got this data, and I still haven't been able to figure it out. So maybe some of us could do some snooping and figure out where this is. But anyway, Media Guys reporting UK fastest growing digital brand is American New York Times, and with some distance, not a UK tabloid or indeed national news brand is in sight. And so if you look, looking at the chart, you're seeing like, wow, the New York Times is the UK's fastest growing news brand, which is good. It's a lot better than the tabloid nonsense they have there. And then you look at the chart and see all the other outlets that are, following following their footsteps really, but are trailing far behind the New York Times as the UK's top. It is funny because the Times, there's a Times in the UK, there's a Times, the Times, Sunday Times, and then the regular Times. There's all of that in the UK, but their fastest growing one is the one in New York. So so their top 10 is the Times, the New York Times, Nottinghamshire Live, Time Out, NME, Leicester Live, Length Live, ITV, Chronicle Live, Financial Times, and Wales Online. So this is the fastest growing. These are the fastest growing news outlets. And again, it's good to see that other than ITV, the rest aren't in the picture. So that is great to see. Hopefully, the New York Times keeps growing and growing, and then we'll push those tabloids further and further out. So I keep my fingers crossed. And Prince Harry today got in touch with one of his charities and one of the Princess Diana's charities as well. So the Terence Higgins Trust, Prince Harry has been with them for quite a while. And so they were doing an auction, I think, to raise money. So he wrote a letter to them, and obviously they shared it, and there's Harry. I'm not sure when that picture was taken, but there is he with the Thomas Higgins Trust. I can't speak. And so I'm going to move my banner so that I can read this. And so they posted this on their Instagram page, and it says, today Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, has released a message in honor of the 40th years of Terence Higgins Trust. The Duke writes, I've been involved with Terence Higgins Trust for a number of years, and the fight to end this epidemic is a big piece of my mom's legacy, adding, while my mother did not live to see the success of today's treatment, I feel immense pride in being able to able to continue her advocacy with you. The message appears in the charities catalog for their flagship fundraiser event, the auction, which takes place at Christie's Auction House in London tonight. All the information about the event and what's going under the hammer is available. So I think tonight they had the auction, and they were auctioning of stuff. And so it's cool that Harry is still with his patronages. I mean, I'm sure the royals are probably doing everything they can to kick Harry out of his patronages, but the patron, the charities are sticking with Harry, and it's good to see him. He also worked with Garrett Thomas, Foundation as well, with HIV, especially testing and all of that stuff. So it's really good to see Prince Harry, keeping in touch with his charities there. He has not abandoned them, and that is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful to see. And finally, Invictus Games, I'm telling you, Invictus Games, Whistler, they are just like, we're going to be at 2025. So we're counting down now. They are just on it. So today they were on Vancouver News, CTV Vancouver News. And so it's just great. It says, huge thanks to CTV Vancouver for having our CEO, Peter and Major Patrick Levis on this AM to talk about the road to the Invictus Games. And so I'm going to put the link in the show notes so you can see the little video. But as you can see on the right, Prince Harry was featured in it. And of course, that was from The Hague last year. And also a little bit about the winter sports at the bottom. Somebody's flying through the air and the snow is around. It is and will be amazing. The Invictus Games is so inspiring. And again, I hope Prince Harry win a Nobel Peace Prize for that games, because the world really, really, really needed it. And so kudos to them. So hopefully they had a fantastic time on the interview. And I'm going to post the link in the show notes so that way you guys can watch it. So anyways, I think that's it. That's all I got. Yep, that's it. Thank you all so much for listening again. This was supposed to be live and I wasn't able to do it live, but no worries. Thank you to Lydia, Church, Nelly, Karen, and Cookies and Cream for every time we do a live, they're in the chat and they are moderating and doing an incredible job doing it. Thank you all so much for everything that you have done for the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lydia, Church, Nelly, Karen, and Cookies and Cream. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And to our amazing 2 Cents Crew members who support the channel on a monthly basis, who are help us to be able to be on this platform, to be able to pay for it, to be able to pay for our internet, to be able to pay for the platform I used to edit stuff and bring in all these clips and receipts and all that stuff. You pay for all of this stuff and you support the channel monthly. So thank you all so much for helping me to be able to do this. And thank you. I much appreciate it. And also to our wonderful Gold Star supporters who you'll see in the chats and they support with either super stickers, super chats, super thanks, or just donation, or some do it via PayPal and Cash App and merchandise as well. So thank you all so much for your support. Again, I couldn't do this podcast without your support, and so I really, really appreciate you taking the time. And again, you didn't have to do it, but out of the kindness of your heart. So, again, if you're new here, definitely go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Click the notification bell so you know when we drop a video. Definitely like and share the video. Help us to build a larger community. That would be most appreciated. And if you're able to, join the 2 Cents Crew and be a part of, helping the channel to grow really, and be able to pay for all the things that we need to pay for to keep the channel here. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you for taking the time to watch this, and hopefully next time I will see you on a live. Fingers crossed. But anyways, have a great night, and I will see you next time. Bye.